What's going on, everyone? Jason here, and today we're going to go over the synthetic opioid Krokodil. Okay, so what is it? The chemical name is dihydrodexomorphine, which is a chemical name for crocodile. It's considered an opioid because of all the dorsomorphines being used in it, like synthesized codeine, which is also 10 times stronger than the morphine itself. Some street names of the dihydrodexomorphine would be Krokodil itself, Russian Magic, Poor Man's Heroin, and also a zombie drug. Products that are also mixed with the Krokodil would also be some like common household items like hydrochloric acid, gasoline or paint thinner, and phosphorus from matches. Fun fact, they also throw cigarette ashes in there to try to level out the pH in it so it's not too toxic. Alright, the first multiple choice, which is not a street name for dihydrodexomorphine. I'll give you a second to answer that. Alright, so it's going to be C, the rich man's heroin. Alright, multiple choice number 2, which household item is commonly found in Krokodil? And I'll give you a few seconds to try to answer this. The answer is going to be B, paint thinner. Alright, so where did Krokodil originate from? So within the early 2000s around Russia, the drug was being able to be easily made because of the easy access to codeine, which it was legal up until 2013 in Russia. Other countries it spread to now would be like Colombia, Georgia, Kazakhstan, and even the U.S. for a few countries. And as this drug spreads across the globe, it's becoming more and more used because of its affordability compared to other drug options, since it is going to be a cheaper drug. And in 2011, it was estimated that around 100,000 people within Russia were said to have injected this drug, and the number is actually probably higher than what they have said. All right, so question number 3, where did Krokodil originate from? And I'll give you a second to answer. Alright, so the answer is going to be A, Russia. Alright, so question number 4 is going to be true or false. True or false? At least 100,000 people have already injected this drug. Alright, so your answer is going to be true. 100,000 have been recorded in Russia to already have injected Krokodil within themselves. Alright, so the cost. What I'm getting into here is how affordable Krokodil is compared to other drugs. So I compared it to black tar heroin, which a single hit for street value would be like around $20, but for Krokodil, since it's so easy to make, it only cost a few dollars to get a hit of this compared to black tar heroin. Due to the prices of this, that's why people have been turning to Krokodil, because it is more affordable for the lower class people, and it does give a better high, they say. It's much stronger. Also, this drug is a Schedule 1 drug, so it is illegal just like heroin, and it takes roughly around 45 minutes to make a batch of this drug, which is very time effective compared to the time it takes to make other drugs. Alright, so question number 5. How much does a single hit of black tar heroin normally cost? I'll give you a few seconds to answer this question. Alright, so your answer is going to be C, $20. Alright, question number 6. How long does it roughly take to make a batch of Krokodil? And I'll give you also another few seconds to answer this question. Alright, so the answer is going to be B, 45 minutes. Alright, so some health effects. Because this drug is administered via needles, just like heroin, health concerns that follow using needles is a pretty substantial list of what could go wrong using this drug. So here I have some examples of like skin infections, soft tissue infections, thrombophlebitis, which is going to be your inflammation of the veins, which is the first picture beside the PowerPoint. Then you also have skin ulcerations, gangrene, which is at the top right, and then you also have necrosis, which is going to be at your bottom right. Other concerns would be like HIV and AIDS spread because you are using needles that have already been used by others, which is also another health concern in itself. All right, question number 7. True or false? There are not that many health concerns when using the drug Krokodil. I'll give you a few seconds to answer that. All right, so that's actually going to be false. There are many concerns that follow using the drug Krokodil because it has a ton of physical effects when using and injecting this drug because of the toxicity. So you have the health concerns like thrombophlebitis, gangrene, and necrosis. All right, question number 8. Which is not a health concern when using Krokodil? And I'll give you a few seconds to answer this question. All right, so the answer is actually D. All of them are health concerns for using Krokodil because of the injections. You are more likely to have necrosis, gangrene, and thrombophlebitis all happen. Okay, so this slide is called death. The reason I brought death into its own category here is because usually after the first use of Krokodil, someone usually has 2 to 3 years life expectancy after this first single use because of the high toxicity of the drug that usually causes multi-organ failure over time if the user keeps using. And also the drug may also lead to a fatal overdose the first time you use it, depending on how your body reacts to the drug. And all right, so question number 9, true or false? The first use of Krokodil may also be your last if you go into an overdose. I'll give you a few seconds to answer this. Okay, so the answer is going to be true most of the time. If you do go into an overdose the first time you use Krokodil, it's usually pretty fatal. The survival percent after an overdose of this stuff is very low, so stay away from it. All right, question number 10. How long is life expectancy after using Krokodil? And I'll give you a few seconds to answer this question. All right, so the answer is going to be B, 2 to 3 years because of how toxic this drug is. It'll sooner or later cause multi-organ failure, and you also have multiple skin issues and tissue issues after using this drug as well. All right, so treatments, in most cases, patients who have been using Krokodil tend to wait until the infections or temporary problems have gotten so severe that the only choice that doctors may have is to amputate limbs because of the damage that the drug has caused. But if the doctors think that it is treatable in time, they usually do IV antibiotics into the limb that has the infection and try extensive wound care. So all in all, there will be long-term damage to the limbs that have been injected to, or in this case, they might also be amputated. All right, so question number 11. What is the last resort option for saving patients sometimes? And I'll give you a few seconds to answer this question. All right, so the answer is going to be A, amputation, and this is last resort, as I said, if the doctors do not think that they have any other choice but to do so. Okay, question number 12. True or false? Extensive wound care could potentially save a patient's life who is suffering from the effects of Krokodil. And I'll give you a few seconds to answer this. All right, so the answer is going to be true. If the doctors think they can save it, extensive wound care would be one of the resorts they have to go to because most doctors would prefer to save limbs without having to take it, and most of the time it does help save a patient's life from further infection, which would also lead to death. Thank you guys for looking at the presentation, and the last 3 slides are works cited, so if you want to go through them, go through it, but until then, you guys have a great day and enjoy making your presentations.